Welcome back to a little update video. As always, I'm using the Fractal theory, explanation video, rules, tutorial. I will link at the end of the video as always. Here you see all the stocks we will talk about today. And well, let's start with AMC. Again, today it's just a daily update. If you're interested in the full thing with my price target and so on and so on, I will link the big new roadmap video at the end of the video. Today we will just look what we have done today. So let's zoom in. So first, no squeeze today. Yeah, it's Monday, no squeeze today. But during the day we had an 8% run. Yeah. So it's pretty good. As I always said, yeah, AMC start its moves Friday, Monday. That doesn't mean that we peak on Monday. I mean, in the best case, if the squeeze is just a one-day squeeze, okay, yeah. But if you look at 2021, it can take from 3 days to 2 weeks. Yeah. What is important is that the strong move starts Friday, Monday with a nice green candle, which we did today. So if we continue with this, I have a bullish and a bearish version today. But to make it absolutely clear, both are bullish. Bearish just takes more. The absolute bearish version, the really bad bearish version, still stands. Yeah. It's in the new roadmap video, which I link at the end of the video, but I don't have to talk about that every fucking video. Yeah. So both versions I show you today are still bullish. Yeah. The time is just a little bit different. Yeah. Here we have the bullish version. For this, as I said, we started good with a Monday move. For this, I want to see continuation. Yeah. So we could, if we look at this right now, this could be your little A, little B. We could see a little pullback here. Yeah. But nothing drastic. 260, 257. But overall, this should be quick, and I want to see upside for this to be true. Yeah, for levels. Yeah, for confirmation levels. Some of you already asked me. Everything over 294 is fucking bullish, and our old line breaking over 308 is confirmation that we're going up. The only question then is still, because I'm still the opinion that this is January 15, is are we gapping from here to our price targets? Or do we have to do January 20 to January 22, 2021? That's the comparison. Yeah. If you're interested in this whole theory, watch after this, of course, the big roadmap video. The comparison for this move here. We already did that this year 2 times. First was this year, June 29 to July 80. Yeah, you see back here 2 things. You have a C, you have a C. Lower high, lower high. You fall down, you come up to your M, you fall down. And the difference here, and that's important for the bearish variant, is back here in July, you made a clear T. It was a small one, but this is a clear T. Right now, tell me where the T is. Because even if we go on the 5 minutes, here was the ending of M. Maybe this little fucky thing here is T. Fine. Okay. In that case, it's working. Yeah. Just saying. And the second one was this here. Also, same thing. You have your C, lower high, fall down, come up, do your M, fall down. This little thing here is again T, V. Yeah? And what we already talked about in the last videos, I think in the last 10 or 20 videos, AMC isn't doing higher lows in 2026 because this was not a higher low, this was not a higher low, this was no higher low, and for fuck sure, this was here also not a higher low. Yeah, that's fine. I said that in the last video. I learned from it. I'm not looking for higher lows this year. For levels to the downside. So what makes this wrong? Is first, I could see a pullback to 261. Yeah. 257 is getting already a little bit tricky, but okay. What we are not allowed to break or touch, in my opinion, is 253. Yeah. Because if we say that this is our little A, which is over T, perfect. And this is our little B, which is over M, perfect. B pullback isn't allowed to touch the 786 fib. If we go under 253, it's the bearish version. Yeah, just say. Otherwise, I want to see fucking upside. Yeah, in the best case, already tomorrow. Yeah, okay. What happens if we touch the 786 fib? And I have to say, because for the next question, to which version I'm tending to, I am tending to this version. And to make that absolutely fucking clear, I hope I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong. Yeah, because I just want to finish this fucking stock. My problem right now is I think this, what we did today, is M. Why? First of all, if this is our V, it should be the last V before we get a fucking strong move and maybe even a gap up move. Yeah. We started good today and I really had high hopes. And as I said, confirmation just would have been a break of 294 or 3. If we just continued upside from here, I wouldn't even think about this bullshit right now. My problem is we did that in the morning and then we stopped and started with this little pullback. That's the first thing. Yeah. We should see upside here. Not saying it has to happen, we could still do it, but this would be the first little sign for me. Second, we talked about that in the bullish version with this little fucking T. Yeah. Because even on the 5-minute, you don't really see it. Yeah. And my main problem is here that the comparable landmark is still the same. Yeah. The comparable landmark is this, the comparable landmark is this. And in both ways, in both positions, we saw a clear T. So we didn't saw this clear T here. Could easily be because this is just so tiny in comparison to this and this. So it's not absolutely proof. But that's why I think, because we maybe we aren't there yet. Yeah. Because the thing is, you didn't really see a T here. You also didn't really see a T here. Well, here you saw it. Yeah. So could be something, could be nothing. Yeah. It's pretty easy. If we fall, and especially if we break the 786, yeah, if we break 253, in my opinion, for me, it's for me confirmation that we still have to do this in the next 1 and 2 weeks. And to make that also absolutely clear, because of time. If you look back, the pullback from the M of May to the end of May took us 12 days. The pullback from the M of June to the V took us 8 days. So, of course, it's volume. Yeah. But I wouldn't say that this will take months. Yeah. This would be a landmark, which should be a pretty good knife. Whatever news it will be this time. Yeah. And of course, it depends on volume. I mean, a perfect example today. we had 31 million volume. That's more than in the last days and weeks. Why? Just because the pullback, AMC is losing volume. And on the runs, it's gaining volume. So if we losing volume again, yeah. If we normally, I would now say, okay, we have to go lower than 232 to end the V. So we have to go down here. Would come up again for a T and then to the V. But as you see, the T is tiny. Yeah. So if we just knife down, would also be okay. I would say, and that's just eye looking, 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah. Middle of September for this V. For the level, it's the same level like in the last videos. The 0.5 would be $2.22. And if we need more, it would be $2.06. And my biggest problem right now, I mean, we talked about it in the roadmap video, is GME. Yeah. Because GME should bounce some around here. Yeah. If it's now 18 or 70, 50, doesn't matter. It should get a bounce. But GME was red today. During the time AMC was running. And that's, I mean, we have no proof if the synchronization is still there or not. But a running AMC and a AMC which is stopping here and not continue, and at the same time GME is just not moving and doing bullshit, doesn't have to mean something, but all this together, you know, it just isn't looking finished. But again, I love to be wrong. Just break $2.94. Great. Break $3.08. And we fucking should go. No financial advice. And I would love to be wrong in that case. If not, this is our plan for the next 1, 2, 3 weeks to find the fucking V. And then we should fucking start going. Yeah. To make that absolutely clear, I still have my December calls. Yeah. I want that holding August is dangerous and fucking stupid. Yeah. I want 3 weeks before that you should roll them. Yeah. No financial advice. Now we know why. To be transparent, and please don't follow me, just saying, I bought for end of September the $2.50 puts for AMC because I put the money where my mouth is, and I'm not saying something is my main tracking and then not playing it. Yeah. And if this is true, well, we have to go at least to $2.32. And the puts are still fucking cheap. But again, first of all, no financial advice. Second, even if this is a pretty good move, yeah, AMC puts are not moving well. Just saying, yeah, don't expect too much. It's just a hedge for me. Yeah, just saying. But there should be, if this is true, should be made some money. And again, why end of September? Why not October, December? Yeah, just because I don't think this will take so long. Yeah. I mean, end of September is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. I'm not thinking that this will take 5 weeks if you do it. But to make it also absolutely clear, I would love that these puts are going to 0. I just don't think so. Yeah. But all in all, both versions are bullish. This just takes longer. Okay. That's AMC. Next one, OKLO. Just a little update. If you want to know the whole story, watch the big roadmap video. Today we just look what we have done today, and especially because I just wanted to update one little thing. In the last update video, our M was here, but we did a high. So the only change is that this is M. And for this, we already finished M with this knife. Yeah. I would still say we need now T. Yeah, I don't think that this is our T, just because we have such a big M. So if we use another trend line, yeah, I would say we could still do something like this, yeah, in the range of this trend line, and then we go to our V, yeah. This trend line, you know my opinion about trend lines, yeah, it always matters who is drawing them, yeah. The T could be a little bit higher, a little bit lower. The only thing which we are not allowed to do is breaking over our M. Anything over 43.69 cents and something is wrong. Yeah. Don't think that, but for levels. Yeah. But let's say we do something like this. Yeah, we could also just knife, just saying. We are very close to our target because a reminder, this is our higher low. Yeah. And we need to go to V under A. That means 38.02 cents. Yeah. And of course, we are not allowed to break 36. So in this blue buy zone, no financial advice, we should bounce. And we are only $2 away from it. It could take a little bit longer, depends how big the T is, but we are fucking close in my opinion. And after that, if we are finishing this and we bouncing in here, we can finally say the B pullback is finished. I'm talking about this B pullback is finished. And our next target for A is over 80, for B over 120, and for our macro C, we have to break all-time highs. If this is true, no financial advice, we have to break all-time highs. It's just a matter of time. But our next target should be $80 or something over $80. Looks good. Nobody's talking about it. It does what it should. Perfect. Yeah, and that's the last stock which is good today. Now the two bad stories. Next one is LGVN. To make that clear, for LGVN, yeah, the tracking didn't change, but there's bad news. The bad news is they announced a reverse split. I warned about that in the first video I made, that they already voted for one and that it could happen anytime. Now they do it. I don't know why. Yeah, because the tracking is bullish, but if they don't know Fractal tracking, okay, whatever. Or NASDAQ said they have to, could also be. But they will do one. 1 to 10. It will happen on Wednesday evening. And on Thursday, the 27th, it already will trading under the new reverse split. The reverse split is 1 to 10 again. For the people who don't know what it is, 1 to 10 means you, for every 10 shares you have, you will have after reverse split only one. That means, let's say you have 400 shares. After the reverse split, you will only have 40 shares. It depends on the broker you're using. Normally, normal brokers won't give you half stocks. That means if you have 450 shares, the broker will sell 50 shares and will reverse split the other 400, just a little one. What does that mean now for LGVN? Will I hold my position? And I have to say, I have under 2,000 shares and I will hold them. Yeah. Why? The thing is, not every reverse split is bad. Yeah. I mean, we had bad examples, yeah, like FFAI and beyond, for example. But FFAI and beyond already were in the bearish fractal. In my opinion, there's still a chance that LGVN is in the bullish fractal. In that case, the reverse split doesn't matter. And not every reverse split is causing a knife. The knife is happening because of the bearish version of the fractal. If there's a bullish version of the fractal, reverse split isn't changing anything except the numbers. And for me personally, I still think this is great. Why? Just because I think this all-time low here is still perfect. And this whole thing here, I'm talking about this, is still higher low. And after this news today, this was the news today in after hours because it was announced at the close. Yeah? But we knifed down to this trend. Yeah? This was, I think it was 10% or that. This was a 20% move downside. But we bounced perfectly on this trend. It doesn't mean anything still. Yeah. But this could be just little a. Yeah. If you look, this was your C, your lower high, your midpoint, your T. You broke over T, A, and made a 0.5618 pullback. Yeah. This is not looking bearish for me yet. Yeah. So, for levels, it's the same like in the last video. Break over this trend line. Break over $1, break over $1.25. Yeah. And then go upside. A few things still. So, first of all, because of the reverse split, from Thursday on, this 74 cents will be $7.04. So, for our levels, to make that clear, upside, everything over $1.12, which is from Thursday on $10, yeah, would be bullish. We want to break $1.25, which means after reverse split, we want to break $12.05. For the bearish versions, we don't want to break 56 cents. It's not the no-no zone, but it would be bearish. That would mean we don't want to break $5.60 after the reverse split. And an absolutely no-go area is 47 cents, which would be after the reverse split $4.70. If we go down here, run. Or I run. No financial advice, just saying then this is another FFEI, another beyond. Yeah. LGVN already did a reverse split. It's a 1 to 10. We're doing the same thing right now. What does that mean for our price targets? First, our A has to go over $7. After the reverse split, that's $70. In my opinion, still reachable. The next one is $45 right now. Would be after the reverse split $450. That's already a little bit fucking high. Yeah. But to make that clear, first of all, our main target is this A. I said that this could easily be end of this year, early next year. And then we still have to do this pullback. To end this pullback, to make this A, maybe to be at this point here, then this could easily take half a year, 1 year, end of next year. That's enough time that you may be doing a forward split. In that case, B is still reachable. But all in all, we're just looking for A right now. And to make that also absolutely clear, this move from this point to this point would be a 1,200% move. It doesn't matter if this is $7 or $70. The percentage is still the same. If you're running from 74 cents to $7, it's 1,200%. It's the same like you're running from $7 to $70. It doesn't change anything. Yeah? So that's the only reason why I will stay in my position, no financial advice, as long as we're not breaking these levels downside here. Yeah. It's a little bit surprising, yeah, because I thought we don't need the reverse split, but right now I'm not really worried, yeah, especially because nobody's talking about it. Nobody cares, yeah. If you look at the news, yeah, the first time when this news was posted, the only news was reverse split. With no text, nothing. Still no text. This news item displays a headline only, has no other text. They don't even care to write anything about this stuff. They don't care. It absolutely doesn't matter. Yeah? Doesn't have to be something bullish, yeah, but there is no crowd behind this shit. So if you think of if you believe about they, yeah, there's no reason that they are manipulating somebody. Yeah. So right now, I'm still bullish as long as we're not breaking our levels. But still, it's, you know, kinda bad news. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Now to really bad news. NIO. And NIO broke my heart today. It really did. Why? Because I started with NIO. I started with NIO on this channel. It wasn't my first stock, but it was one of the oldest stocks I showed on this channel from the beginning on. I tracked it from, I think, here to here. Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah, everything was matching. But today we broke our no-no line, and that's a no-go. Yeah, we saw that already several times. FLNA, GNS, FFEI, beyond. My alternatives, my not breaking lines are at least what you saw this year fact. Yeah. If a stock is doing that, that's not good news. I have still two versions here, but to make it absolutely clear, my main version right now is fucking bearish. Why? Because this is now our T. What does that mean? Well, if you look at that, this was our T, lower high. We finished today M. Yeah. We will still go lower. Yeah. Our main target for this bullshit is our T started here at $3. And that means our main target is not that bad. Our main target would be something like this. Our alternatives. Yeah. That would mean $2.08. Why? Because this is B under A. And it makes this whole thing macro higher. The stupid thing is, also to make this clear, first of all, it's bad because it would be a 50% drop. Second, it's time. We are so fucking slow, and I don't think that we're really speeding up. This will take some time, except the compare landmark would be this here. Whatever news this is, we would be somewhere in here right now. Yeah. So a knife. At least this would be quick. The problem is just we are way slower than back here. So I still think this could take some time. Two things to that. First of all, do I still hold my position? Yeah, I still have my channel contracts. But to make it absolutely clear, not because I think I can save them. No, because they already are 90% down. In the case of NIO, I really waited too fucking long. Yeah, I was too bullish. Yeah, I had too big bias in this, so I have no reason to sell them. Maybe I can get something out of them, but for the main tracking, what does that mean? Well, we are looking now for the V. My opinion, it will be $2.08. And then we would be right here. After that, we would still have to do a higher low. And then we would still have to do the A. This is something which we could play again then. Because if we find the V, we're doing higher low. The A has to be over $7 then. That is something we could play there. And if we do that, we know 100% where we are then. That's something positive. The only thing is, how long does it take to get to this point? Yeah, I'm getting more and more the idea that this is maybe a play for 2027. Yeah, but we have to see. So now to the alternative. And to make that absolutely clear, I don't like it. But I said I try to put every time an alternative. The alternative is that this is still our V, and I'm talking about April 14. And this is higher low. Even then, it will take some time, because the main problem here is, first of all, this is only M. And it can't be, in my opinion, something else. So we have to come a little bit down, come up again, do our T, and then we have to fall to 375 without breaking $3. And then we would still have to do A and then go to B. Yeah, because in that case, we would be right now here. Yeah, October 2019. Yeah, just saying. My only problem with this is, first of all, you see this tiny high low? We never came near T. And here we broke T. Yeah. I mean, that it looks like, yeah. But it's not normal that the higher low peak is breaking T. And you might already know what I will say next is, the last time we already did that. Yeah. We already tried to say, okay, the bullish variant is higher low, and then we go. Yeah, and the only time we did it was beyond. And you saw what happened with that. Yeah. Also, beyond broke this level here back then. And this was already the sign that it's fucking bearish and it will break. Yeah. And the same opinion I have here. Yeah. This is just a try to make a bullish version out of that. I just don't think this will happen. Yeah. That's why, if we do something like this, I only the same like beyond back. I will only getting bullish if we break T, wherever it is now, and if we break the main trend. I want 100% confirmation to change my bearish main tracking to the bullish one. I'm not doing the same fucking mistake like beyond again. Yeah, I would give this here a 3% chance to come true, because I'm really thinking that this was T. I hate it, but levels are levels, sadly. Yeah. And really have to say, 2026 is the year of my alternatives. Yeah, because the bearish alternative for FLNA went 100% through. The bearish alternative from GNS went 100% through. The bearish alternative for FFEI 100% went through. And if beyond falls now to $5 to $1, which is still my main target, also this bearish alternative went 100% through. So I'm just saying, my bearish alternatives, in the moment we break the no-no lines, they have a reason. And they are pretty correct. Yeah. I still say it again. I hate it when they come true, because I love my bullish versions way better. Yeah. But yeah, sadly. For the rest, nothing changed. Still, everything looks okay. No break of any levels. Sorry for no update on the weekend. But again, if I don't have anything to update, I don't make a video and talk about the same bullshit. I'm not wasting your time. I'm not wasting my time. If there's something to update, I will do it. If there's nothing to update, I won't do it. Yeah. I don't need YouTube. Yeah. I'm making that out of fun. I'm making that as how do you call that? Time book of, or whatever this is called in English, for myself, and it's making fun. Yeah. But not to make money. Yeah. And that's why, if there's not a video, okay, then there's not a video. Next video will be Thursday, Friday. Yeah. Except something horrendous is happening then earlier. Yeah. As always, tutorial video here, playlist here, big roadmap video back here. If you liked it, leave a like. If you want to see more, leave an abo. And let's see what happens the rest of the week. See ya.